to the Pulse of Salina. I'm Shania Marape, your favorite Canadian on campus. Today's program is brought to you by the Media One production class, Final Exam Edition, here at Kansas Wesleyan University. Located in a small town in Kansas called Salina, KW was founded in 1886. So that means for more than 130 years, Kansas Wesleyan has been growing more vibrant and important part of the community. That community is what we, as a class, decide to bring into focus with this show. Specifically, we're taking a look at the locally owned and operated businesses which provide vital goods and services to people in Salina. To do that, we'll be focusing on 5 different categories of business and take a look at their specialties, histories, and plans for the future. Our first location is tucked away in downtown Salina. There's a local spot known for its great food and warm atmosphere, Martinelli's Little Italy. Whether you're in the mood for a delicious meal, I love pasta, or just want to grab a drink with friends, this place has something for everyone. News desk reporter Darius Horvat has the story.
One of the things that makes downtown Salina so special is the strong sense of community, and Martinelli's is a perfect example of that. Known for its delicious Italian cuisine and friendly service, it's a place where locals come to enjoy great food and great company. The atmosphere is always warm and inviting, making it a perfect spot for lunch, dinner, or a general night out. Martinelli's have great options for food, pizza, and even salads.
When it's chilly.
We had a chance to sit down with Bobby Robinson, the manager at Martinelli's, who shared what makes the restaurant such a popular destination.
So Martinelli's is very, very family oriented. All of us here feel like a huge family. I'm constantly checking in on all of my employees or checking in on my coworkers just to see how their days are going for them. We're very tight-knit. I probably know these people's birthdays like the back of my hand, even if it wasn't for the calendar behind me. We are constantly doing events together. We are hanging out with each other outside of work. We're just very, very close. And Martinelli's as a whole, honestly, is a very community-based business. We're doing fundraisers for the community. We're helping out schools. We're doing events here, there, and everywhere whenever we can to help anybody out that we can.
Martinelli's is just one example of the many local businesses that make Salina feel like home. Reporting for News Desk, I'm Darius Horvat.
Up next, we visit something that has become a fixture in the area, Ad Astra Books and Coffee. Located at 135 North Santa Fe in downtown Salina, Ad Astra opened their doors in 2011. We sent our crew to downtown to see what this business is about.
One of the best things about small town Salina is the warm, inviting environment created by local businesses. Ad Astra is a great example of this, offering a variety of delicious beverages, tasty snacks, and fun events. Whether it's final night or other community gatherings, Ad Astra is a great place where people can unwind and connect. We spoke with a regular customer, Greg Pfeiffer, about what makes Ad Astra so special.
Oh, well, the drinks, of course, the hot drinks and the cold drinks, and then the other customers that you interact with, give you somebody to talk to. And they keep you pretty good hours later in the evening, so instead of hanging out at a bar or something like that, you can come here and meet new people. And sometimes there's a Turkish guy, he was here about a year ago, and he passed through again, and I just happened to be here, and he saw me, and that was just the greatest thing. And we traded phone numbers. He's traveling around the States, and so he called back from Utah, saying where he was, and that was pretty cool. I hope to see him again before he goes. He's going back over to the East Coast to college. So it's just interesting, the people you meet. So. Pretty nice, yeah. Thank you. No, thank you.
Ad Astra is just one of the many local businesses that help give Salina its homey and welcoming feel. Reporting for News Desk, I'm Abigail Lombardoni.
Hey, welcome to the Media Production One's Pulse of Salina interview section, where today I am joined by Madison Ehrlich. So Madison, what connection do you have with Ad Astra?
So from being from Salina, I've grown up going to Ad Astra for several years and just got to see all the improvements it's made and everything that's just happened there.
Do you have any fun stories from your time there?
Some of my favorite memories are going with my friends, going there to study. I think one in particular is when a couple years ago my friends and I went to study and we were there for like 3 hours and it was just a fun time getting to hang out with them while also doing our homework.
So you'd recommend KW students go there?
Yes, a great place to study.
Awesome. Now, what about the book aspect of Ad Astra? How does that play?
There's a lot of books in there and I feel like that gives the coffee feeling, just seeing all the books when you first walk in there. And there's so many genres of books that you can read and choose from.
Awesome. Good to know that books give a coffee feeling.
Yes.
Now, real quick before we go, do you have a favorite drink?
There's a lot of drinks that I like, but I think personally my favorite is probably the matcha drinks. I don't know what it is, but they're just really good.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Can't wait to try that matcha drink. Back to you.
Since its grand reopening in 2003, the Steeple Theater in downtown Salina has once again resumed its place as a crown jewel in Salina's art and entertainment district. Built off of the old bones of the Fox Watson Theater, which opened in May of 1931, the Steeple now hosts to play live concert and events performances, including acts such as comedian Louis Black, bluesman B.B. King, and Alison Krauss. Our reporters took their cameras and questions to the Steeple to learn more about this landmark of Salina's entertainment history.
The Steeple Theater is a landmark business in downtown Salina. Its array of acts bringing people from near and far to enjoy a night on the town. It brings opportunities for not only itself but the locally owned restaurants around it because of their vicinity. The Steeple provides opportunity for collaborations between a professionally run theater and a plethora of locally sourced talent. Their collaboration with the Salina Symphony and Kansas Wesleyan University continues to provide opportunities for students and Salina community members alike to showcase their love of performing. We spoke to Kansas Wesleyan's theater arts professor, Karen Bobkek-Brasia, to get a closer look at the Steeple from a director, performer, and audience member.
It was, again, this feeling of history, of being part of history. I mean, you go backstage and there are all these posters, and you just know all of the different people who have been there over the years. You can almost feel the history there. Just beautiful. And there's a real attention to detail that becomes a community affair, which I think is really interesting as well.
With the holiday season coming up, be sure to check into the Steeple for a night out for you and your loved ones this season. It's a great opportunity to expose your family to different types of performances and experience things they haven't before. The Steeple is hosting acts like the Nutcracker, Rock and Roll Meets String Quartet, Elton Dan and the Rocket Band, Disney in Concert, and Mozart's Requiem, which will feature the Kansas Wesleyan Choir. This is a promising year for both the Steeple and its community. Reporting for News Desk, I'm Madeline McVeigh.
Hey, welcome back to the Media Production Pulse of Salina interview section. With me now for our next interview is Madeline Johnson. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm making it through finals week, you know. I'm kind of surviving now.
That's fair.
Now, what connection do you have with the Steeple Theater?
My connection, I've been both a performer and an audience member, and honestly, I feel like that's just really cool being a part of that in both aspects.
Yeah, what shows have you gotten to see as an audience member?
Not very many, but my favorite of all time has got to be when I went to go see Amy Grant. I think it was 2 years ago. She's a Christian singer, and it was just really cool to be able to see her live.
That's awesome. Now, how do you feel when you're going to see a show there?
I feel like it's just an experience that not a lot of people get to have, because it's kind of a theater that's kind of like in a more like retro space, and it's just really cool and a great experience to have.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming on the show to us today. Back to you.
Right across the street is the Salina Arts Center, one of the many nonprofits in Salina that has made the arts become a crucial aspect of our community. With a gallery, warehouse, and theater, people in town can enjoy the arts in many ways. More on the organization, News Desk JC Carter has this.
Salina Arts Center is a key part of the community, connecting with the arts and supporting local artists from around Kansas. Executive Director Misty Serene talks about the programs and services the center provides.
So the Salina Arts Center is a contemporary art museum and gallery. So we show contemporary art exhibitions here at the gallery space, but we also have an education center. So the warehouse, people can go down there if they are creators, they can take classes, they can do ceramics, they can create art if they're in that mindset. And then we also have a cinema where we show independent, first run, and foreign films. which film is the fastest growing contemporary art form on the planet. So it's exciting that downtown Salina has its own independent cinema where we can show all types of movies. The significance to our community is that the Art Center uses art to explore really challenging topics. So we can have people in our community who can share ideas and differences of opinion on everything from UFOs to politics. We really do create a safe space to explore different cultures, different lifestyles, different identities, how people live in different parts of the country or even in different parts of our own city. So we try to build empathy and understanding and challenge ourselves to think about things that maybe are outside of our normal everyday life.
When you have some free time, stop by downtown Salina. You can take a class at the warehouse, visit the gallery, watch a movie, and check out the murals, sculptures, and more. Reporting for the Pulse of Salina, I am JC Carter.
Hey there, welcome back to our interview segment. I'm here today with McKinley Evans, a marketing and communications major. Now, McKinley, I know that you helped get the B-roll for the Salina Arts video package. So tell me, what was your experience like for that?
So I mostly got the B-roll downtown, taking the murals and the statues, and then I also did some at the warehouse. But when I was getting the statues downtown, it was so cold. So I was trying to get good footage and find, angles that our audience would like, but also trying to stay warm. So
oh yeah, definitely. So do you have a favorite mural by chance?
Yeah, my favorite one, there's like this big moth butterfly one. I'm not sure exactly where it's at, but it's just my favorite. It's so impressive to see all the different proportions and how they got it like perfect even on a huge scale.
Yeah, I know, it's amazing to me. I don't know how they do it, but they do it. And then I know, what are your connections with like the Salina, like the warehouse, arts warehouse and stuff like that?
Yeah, so the art center and the warehouse have a great network with the Salina students here, all the art students. We have a lot of students that have jobs there and potential internships.
Oh, that's really awesome. Yeah. Thanks for being here. Back to you guys.
Behind the scenes work and documentation in the arts is just as important as the art that gets made for the community. A company that does amazing documentation work for businesses around Salina is Feely Creative. Reporter Darius Horvath with more.
Feely Creative are the only business in Salina dedicated to videography. Feely is more than just a videography business though. They're a vital part of the community dedicated to capturing moments that matter. From helping local businesses tell their story to documenting the special events that bring people together, Feely Creative is all about making connections and showcasing the spirit of the community. We interviewed CEO and Kansas Wesleyan graduate Gustav Appelquist to talk about his business.
Running a small business is definitely a challenge. In any small business, you have to do two things well. You have to do whatever the specific thing is that your business is known for. So for us, that's video. But you also have to take care of all the other elements of the business. You have to pay people, and you have to have certain practices and policies, and you have to watch the numbers. You have to market yourself. Small business, you have to balance those kind of overarching business issues with the core business that you're in.
Feely Creative carry out work for many non-profit and charitable organizations. They work with groups from Salina and those who have a presence in the city. In addition to this, Feely have numerous Kansas Wesleyan alums working for them, and they do regular work at the university. Reporting for News Desk, I'm Darius Lover.
3, 2, 1. Cue talent.
Welcome back to our interview segment. I am now here today with Christian Trevino, a visual communications major here on the campus. So tell me, how does being a visual communications major tie in with the things that like Feely Creative do?
So for visual communications, it lets us do stuff like this, where we work on TV productions, video editing, stuff like that. And I worked on putting together the package and video editing, so that's kind of similar to what Feely Creative does.
Yeah, really cool. So do you do anything on the side where you're producing packages, other sorts of media stuff?
Yeah, I actually edit my own YouTube videos as well as others, and do that as a little side hustle of mine. I go to YouTube Jobs and Fiverr, put in a little bio about myself, and have people reach out to me, and I edit videos for them.
Wow, that's really cool. Do you have a favorite project you've worked on?
I've worked on a video for a channel known as Lebroskis, where it's like this big group of anime YouTubers. And I helped on one of their videos, which was a lot of fun. I started using programs like After Effects, which takes my video editing to another level. So, yeah, it's been a lot of fun editing videos like that.
Oh, really cool. Thank you, and it's back to you guys.
Along with new projects within the arts in the community, the history of art in Salina has run through our rivers for a long time, bringing with it the river festival Salina natives know and love. Here's News Desk reporter Kat White with the story.
The Smoky Hill River is the river that Salina was built around. It has many events that happen throughout the year, but most importantly is the Smoky Hill River Festival. The festival takes place the second week of June every year and features 3 stages, 158 artists, 151 performances, and 35 food vendors. It truly is an event you can't miss. Along with the River Festival is the River Renovation Project. The river is what kept Salina running for a long time. However, it has run into slight disrepair. In an effort to repair the beloved river, the Friends of the River Foundation has raised money to renovate multiple parts of the river into trails and more. Here's Jane Anderson, the Executive Director of the Friends of the River Foundation, with the details of the project.
Hi, I'm Jane Anderson. I'm from the Friends of the River Foundation, and it's a charity, and we've been the advocate for the Smoky Hill River renewal for many years, actually since 2009. And it's been a long haul. It's a restoration project for 7 miles of riverway throughout Salina. So my job is I'm the executive director of the Friends of the River, and so I oversee the charity and answer to a board, and we work toward getting this riverway up and going. And we've been in partnership with the city of Salina since honestly 2006 to 9, somewhere in there. That's when they started meeting. So what we have a real project. It'll start construction in 27 and it will run water by 2030. So it's about a $68 million project now between City of Salina sales tax dollars, raised grant, and the Corps of Engineers. But we actually think we'll have more than that, as we're going to be fundraising for at least $4.5 million, and there's another grant that's possible, another $5 million. So it's becoming a very, very large project. But the good news about what does that mean for you as a local person? It means in about 2030 you'll be able to use the trails along the riverway, and it goes for about 7 miles, and those will be interconnected with the trails on the outside of Salina. So for about 30 miles of trails you'll be able to have fun and be off-road and in a safer place, as well as you'll be able to throw in a canoe or kayak on about 3 to 4 boat drops along the riverway, float down the river and have fun, as well as this will be going right by downtown Salina, so there'll be a new plaza that you can hang out on and sit near the water. Hopefully there'll be music and other things on that plaza eventually for fun things to do. So we're really looking forward to this finished project. And as I say, we've crossed the mountaintop and we're in final designs, getting ready for construction. So we're really grateful for the community for supporting us and hope to see you all on the river soon.
Overall, the Smoky Hill River isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Reporting for the Pulse of Salina, I'm Kat White.
2, 1, keep telling.
Welcome back. I am here with Tyler Tarvin, a business management major here on campus, and we're going to be talking about the Smoky Hill River Festival. So it's a near 50-year-old tradition. It's a 4-day event. So tell me, you've had experience working there. So what's it like?
Yeah, I actually got to work at a food truck, which at the Smoky Hill River Festival, like a bunch of different vendors come, and they just try to sell their products. And I got to actually work with Bucket List Barbecue, which is actually my coach here on campus. It's his dad that runs it. So.
Oh, really interesting. And so were you there for the full 4 days?
Yep, I was there started on Thursday and it ended on Sunday. It started at 4 o'clock on Thursday, and I was there every hour pretty much.
Now, did you work the entire time, or did you get to experience the festival at all?
Thankfully, Kent was pretty cool, and he let us go out and explore the festival. if we were like just a little slow, if there wasn't a whole lot of customers. So I got to actually experience the festival even though I got to work it.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And so I know they have like over 300 like vendors plus like performers and stuff like that. Was there anyone that stuck out to you?
There was actually this one vendor that was right next to us that was selling these mac and cheese bowls, and you could put any kind of toppings on them, and it was probably some of the best mac and cheese I've ever had.
Did you have a favorite?
The buffalo chicken and cheese was just really good. Some bacon on there too. Yeah, it was really good.
And any other thoughts on?
No, I mean it was really cool. I'm definitely gonna try and make it a tradition to come back and see it every year.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your time. Back to you guys.
The Parks and Recreation of Salina and the Salina YMCA work hand in hand to host a range of activities and make a difference in the Salina community. The Salina YMCA not only works with Parks and Recreation, but with Kansas State University to offer a wide variety of resources to college as well. News Desk reporter Megan Dow gives us the know on Salina YMCA and the ways it works with the Parks and Recreation Department of Salina.
Salina offers a great range of parks and green spaces for all residents to enjoy. Some of the featured facilities include pickleball courts, playgrounds, and picnic areas. The YMCA also works with the Parks and Recreation Department of Salina as they host a lot of outdoor and summer activities at the parks for all ages to enjoy. Whether you need to get a quick workout in or join a Zumba class, the Salina YMCA is the place to go. Partnering with Kansas Wesleyan University, the Salina YMCA offers free memberships to KW students. We caught up with regular gym goer Guillermo Ares, who gave us his personal opinion on his YMCA experience thus far.
So I've been coming to the Y for 2 years now, and I love the facilities here, especially the hot tub, the sauna, everything, the equipment's here. And I also love going to the parks, having a walk, just like helps getting out of the stress of classes with soccer and everything. I just love it.
The Salina YMCA is open 7 days a week, hours varying on the day. Reporting for News Desk, I'm Megan Dow.
Welcome back to this interview segment of The Pulse of Salina. I'm here joined by Lauren Schween, one of our awesome soccer players here at Kansas Wesleyan. So, since you play soccer, you definitely have your workouts here in during practice, but that also means you probably have practices outside or workouts that you have to do outside. Do you go to the YMCA for that?
Yeah, I do.
And
a lot of the team does, actually.
Awesome. And what exactly do you do the classes? Do you go work out? What do you do?
I personally just work out there. I use their gym, but they do have a lot available as far as classes and other things you can do there.
And what do some of those classes look like?
So you can take yoga, you can take water aerobics, you can take they have youth programs that if you have a kid, you can sign them up there. And just things like that. They also have bodybuilding classes as well.
Awesome. So would you recommend KW students to go do it?
Yeah, for sure. It's so quick to go sign up, and your membership's free, so there's no reason not to.
Awesome. So, any specific classes that you personally would want to take if you had free time?
You know, I think I would really be interested in a yoga class there, and the bodybuilding one sounds good too. I wouldn't want to get too buff, but
Yeah, I totally get you. Thank you so much, and we're going to send it back to you.
The Salina YMCA is a strong cornerstone of the Salina community. Make sure to check out the YMCA and all that it has to offer for all different age groups. Another way that the community of Salina stands out is through the Domestic Violence Association of Central Kansas, also known as DVAC. Survivors of domestic violence. News Desk reporter Quill has the story.
For survivors of domestic violence seeking support and shelter, or people who need counseling and assistance, the Domestic Violence Association of Central Kansas, or DVAC, is there to provide their support. Their mission is to reduce the incidence of domestic violence and sexual offenses, and provide comfort and support to victims through crisis intervention. DVAC is there for everyone. To explain more about DVAC and the services they provide to the community, we sat down with the CEO, Andrea Quill, who had this to say.
We provide 24-hour crisis hotline, emergency transportation. We serve 10 counties in north central Kansas, so we can pick up victims from anywhere in those 10 counties and get them to safety. We provide emergency shelter, and so we can house up to 36 women, children, and men, and we're also pet friendly. We provide supportive counseling. We have support groups for a variety of different areas. We focus on domestic violence, sexual assault, elder abuse, teen dating violence. We also provide basic necessities such as food, clothing, and toiletry items. We also do a lot of public presentations. We try to make sure that the community is aware that we're here and what we do. So that's a big part of what we do as well. And then we're preparing right now for our major fundraising event. It's really our only major fundraising event for the year, and it's called the Festival of Trees. That will occur on November 22nd. And it takes a lot of time, effort, and energy to prepare for this event, and it's a great event, so I would encourage anyone to come out if they want to support our agency. In addition to that, we also we provide a lot of information and referral. So sometimes if we're not able to provide you with something that you're needing, we have a wealth of knowledge about community resources, and we can refer people elsewhere and connect them to those services as well.
If you or anyone you know is being affected by domestic violence, DVAC is always there to help with their 24-hour hotline support at 1-800-874-1499. You are not alone. DVAC is always one call away.
It's easy to see that DVAC helps survivors of domestic violence in amazing ways. Here in the studio to provide more information on what DVAC does on campus, our interviewer Kat White and special guest Carly Tinkler.
Thank you so much, Raya. Here I have our lovely DVAC representative. Her name is Carly Tinkler, and I have quite a few questions for you. So, we know DVAC is for domestic violence to help the survivors, but what does DVAC do to support these survivors?
Well, we not only do domestic violence, we work with survivors of sexual violence, including sexual harassment, teen dating violence, elder abuse, stalking, human trafficking, whether that be labor or sex trafficking. We do so many things. From the moment a client contacts us, we're immediately, of course, listening. We believe everyone as soon as they walk in the door. They have the option to share what they want to share. Frequently, they've been kept in a way that they haven't been able to really share their feelings or emotions or what has gone on. We work with them to safety plan. Safety is a huge part of our job, and safety isn't only physical or sexual, it's all the things. So how do they handle triggers down the line or things of that nature? So we pretty much, whatever kind of needs come up, try to cover.
Awesome. I love that you're believing them as soon as they come to the door. That is like such an important thing. What is your specific job here at DVAC?
So my job is the campus advocate, and I have been in that role for 6 years now. I serve Kansas Wesleyan and K-State Salina campuses. I also have 8 years of outreach clients that I worked with in the community. So specifically, the campus advocate position is not only to work with any student, staff, faculty who have ever gone through any kind of domestic or sexual violence, but to also provide educational services, try to prevent these things from happening on campus.
45 seconds left.
And then like just such an important thing that we have is kind of because some people just don't know when it's happening. So when they're able to come to you, it's like you're such an important part of our campus. I'd like to say, and a lot of us like to say.
1 minute till credits.
Could you like provide some of our viewers out there, maybe they're going through this kind of stuff right now, maybe you can provide them with some resources that they can come and reach out to DVAC?
Of course. My office here on campus, I'm usually here Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Is on Pioneer Hall, first floor, right across from the elevator. And anybody can stop in. My door is almost always open unless I'm not here or there's someone in my office. I carry a campus cell phone that anybody can call and reach out.
All right, thank you so much, and I'm going to send it back to you.
Thank you to Carly Tinkler for joining us in the studio today on behalf of DVAC. That's all the time we have for today. Thanks for tuning in to the Pulse of Salina. We hope that this special programming taught you a little bit more about the heart of the community surrounding Kansas Wesleyan University. On behalf of all of us here at Kansas Wesleyan's News Desk, we want to wish you a safe and happy holidays.
Oh my God, we hit it! Oh my gosh, good job, Raya. Oh my.